What is going on, everybody?
Wow,
It's
this
your
phone stuff
boy
is
Chase,
that's
aka
freaking me out.
CR Media. This is another episode of the AEW Dynamite Post Show, guys. Appreciate you guys joining with us tonight. My name is Chase. As I said, this is my co-host, the Anthony Blackwell Jr. ABJ, how are you tonight, sir?
I am. I'm good. I'm good. A very very busy day, doing a lot of things around the house, getting some content stuff prepared, trying to make clips, and yeah, it's been crazy. I'm exhausted.
I'll tell you what, man. I I don't miss it. I mean, it's not that I don't miss it because I mean, obviously, I still do it sometimes, but um, you know, sometimes,
Yeah,
you know,
like Raz
it
said,
can be a
taking out the trash almost naked.
yeah.
Listen, it was really late at night. It was snowing, and all I needed was shorts and a zip up hoodie. Like it's 32 degrees. Like in PA, that's not that cold. To you
Really.
Australians, that's bad news, but that's still shorts weather for at least an hour and a half. But everybody, welcome to the chat.
Absolutely.
Make sure if you are here, you hit that like, share, and if you are on the YouTube side and you haven't done so already, head over to CR Media on Twitch and follow them as well. Yeah, so make sure you do that and support both sides of the spectrum here. I feel like my camera's really dark. Not feeling it.
I don't I think my light is really bright. Um, I don't know what it is, man, but this camera just seems like it is fuzzy or something, and it's worse. All right, awesome. um,
Oh boy.
Dark and up close and personal.
Yeah, I lightened it up a little bit, giving my fresh twilight complexion. Real quick, too, if you're in the chat over on the YouTube side, we're 19 members away from 100 members on Discord. So click that Discord link over on the YouTube side. Like I said, we're real close. Jake's really proud and wants to hit that 100 very soon. So that'd be dope if we can do that. That's all I got. And social media, Anthony Blackwell on all social media, as well as CR Media on all social media. And come follow us and talk to us and engage, and we'll have some fun.
Absolutely. Hunter Dillon here. Appreciate you joining,
Yo,
sir.
did you
Um,
see Hunter's put me in the WWE video game?
I did. I saw that.
Yo, I have
I
a
saw that.
character. So if you play WWE and you want me um, dressed as me or me dressed as Jesus, head over and search for ABJ Blackwell our podcast, and I will pop up, and you can download me, and you can make me your world champion in WWE 2K22.
That is nuts.
It's crazy. I love it. And I'm wearing my I Heart ABJ
um,
t-shirt.
that's even more nuts. Uh, so initial reactions from the show, my friend.
I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't want to sound like this person, but I think for me, I think the AEW storylines are really flat right now, and I'm just not. I'm not invested to it. Like, there's really nothing in AEW that jumped off the screen at me. And there's nothing that I was like, oh, this is amazing. There was some like the matches were still good. Like, if you put those matches anywhere else in the world and watch them, you would enjoy yourself. But I don't know, man. I just right now, I don't know if it's just I just consume so much professional wrestling, but weekly wrestling is just flat for me right now. But I'm also in like a really weird mental funk. So maybe that's why I'm not enjoying everything as much as I probably should. But I don't know. But nothing really like for a go home show. I wasn't like, oh my god, like if that was the only show of AEW I've ever seen, and that was to entice me to buy the pay per view, I'm not buying it.
Yeah. No, it was a good show, but I mean, it wasn't like for it to be a go home show to a pay per view. A pay per view, which it has a weird card. I'm not like I'm not 1,000% sold on this card, but yeah. We started off the night with a tag team match with Claudio Castagnoli and Brian Danielson. against Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara, man. So we got the old WWE fatal 4-way into a tag team rule, which was nice. You know, uh, I don't know. I think just like WWE used to foreshadow who was going to win at the pay per view. I kind of feel like this is foreshadowing who
And how?
yeah who's going to win this matchup. I hope I'm wrong. I
No, I
hope
think it's
I hope I'm wrong.
100% Jericho's winning, retaining the belt. You can't change every title at one pay-per-view. Some of them got to stick, and I think Jericho sticks.
Yeah. And I think Jericho will stick up until I think Jericho will stick up until ROH announces their TV deal. Then after that, I think Jericho
Or
could
depending
lose.
who they put the title on leading into the TV deal, if they get like a big thing, like a big reason for people to go like ROH has a thing and he's our champion and he can wrestle every week and
Yeah,
they're going to be amazing, then I could see them doing it at the pay-per-view, but we'll see.
agreed.
My stream elements is kicking ass now. Everything's working perfectly.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
really happy
did
with
you
it.
figure out what was wrong with it?
I don't. It just we'll decide it one day. It was like, oh yeah, we're supposed to be doing work, and it just started working. Like I have it set up that every like 5 or 10 messages in so much time, it like pops up my Discords because I'm trying to really push the Discord. Yes, I see you, Mick Thompson. Everybody in the chat, I do see all your stuff. We will get to your comments. Also, if you want to join the show, stick around. We will be dropping a link in a little bit here so you can join in and and talk with us about your takes on tonight's show. So hang tight. You guys will be able to join us very soon.
Absolutely. So good opening contest, man. Like, I mean, wasn't like anything for me to, write home about or
Mm.
to get excited about. Um, I enjoyed it. Greg says AEW has been middle of the road at best since all the drama and fallout from the last pay per view, and I would agree. Um, it was almost like after Tony Khan first acknowledged it, then they were like, "Hey, um, we're going to try and move on from it, and try to highlight some of this stuff." So the first couple weeks after All Out were really good. And then it seems like they've just kind of flat.
Yeah,
So
and they're
um,
trying to push.
make it,
They're trying to push an 11-match card in a 2-hour time slot, and then an hour on Rampage, and they're just cramming shit in there. You know what I mean? The card does not need to be 11 matches. They need to back off on that. Too much.
yeah, definitely too much.
You're not afraid to give away matches on TV. Jungle Boy Luchasaurus can be a TV match, because no one cares enough for it to be on pay per view. No offense, TBS Championship, Jade and Rose, TV, TBS. That's where it is. Um, I don't know. I just think 11 matches on a card is too much. I just did an 11-match card in an independent show, and I felt like I was going to die afterwards.
Yeah, no, it's crazy to me because um, uh, like for them to the Jericho, or the not the Jericho, but the Christian and Jungle Boy feud, or Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy feud. I'm sure if Mark was here, Mark would, defend this idiotic match. But um, the crazy part about it is, like, I feel like the ship has sailed on it. Like, I'm not interested in this anymore. I'm not invested in it anymore.
Yep.
So this cage match to blow off this feud,
Well, it's going
just
to
it
blow
has
off
no
to keep
sizzle
it
for me.
going because he still has to get to Christian.
Christian, yeah, absolutely.
What? You're giving death eyes.
Oh no, man, sorry.
You're like, you're looking over your computer.
Oh, I was watching my phone. It
Oh,
showed something. Sorry.
That's all right.
Um,
So quick little bit of independent news. Did you see Kevin Kelly is starting his own wrestling company? It's all over the internet,
I
all
did
over the
see that.
articles. Yeah, you know where that's
I
at?
did see that. Huh.
It's in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I may or may not be working for Kevin Kelly.
That's gonna be the
I'm
shit,
waiting to
dude.
hear. I'm waiting to hear if they accept my rate.
There you go.
Yeah. So maybe.
Don't undersell it, man. Don't undersell it.
You know how they
Um,
like to pay pro wrestling.
oh,
Oh,
absolutely.
you want pay? All right, we'll just get somebody for free. That's my fear,
Yeah.
but I don't think this company's going to do that. I think they hopefully I'm talented enough that someone that like Kevin Kelly, who's been doing this a long time and has an ear for commentary, thinks I'm good enough to be a member of his company. And if I am, then it's a pat in the back. See how it plays out. Everyone's jockeying for it, you know what I mean? So we'll see how it goes.
Absolutely. Um, there was a black and white video promo shown for Darby
Oh
Allin
my
in
god.
a body bag picked up by Sting,
So
placed in the back of the
why
car.
would he pick up the body bag, carry it, put it in the car just for Darby to let himself out in the back seat, just to sit in the front seat? That's so pretentious. It's so stupid. Let me
I'm
just
not
carry
exactly sure.
it. And he's
Yeah.
just like, "You ready for full gear?" Like, what the fuck was that
Yeah.
from? Who greenlit that?
You little weasel. You could have got out of that bag instead of making me carry it all the way to
Yeah,
the
I'm like
car.
65 years old. I know you're 32 pounds, but why the fuck couldn't you just get up and walk to the car?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
don't like that. I don't get it. Sorry, my hat looks crooked. It was bothering me.
you're
Yeah,
fine. You're fine.
it's
Um,
Darby's vision though. Yeah, yeah. Just doesn't make it. His visions don't make sense.
we appreciate Steven Chambers says full gear is at least 10 matches and might as well add 3 or 4 more matches for the pre-show.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
Steven Chambers, you're high on drugs. That's a lot of matches.
Yeah.
Axel in the chat with the AO. What's going on?
Yeah. Is that Axel?
Yeah, I don't know what to
Okay.
call him. Alex, Axel, S. I'm not calling him SWAGM 2 times AA. That's fucking too much. Shorten your fucking name.
Oh man. I don't know if there is a pre-show this time around.
There
I
probably
don't
will
know
be.
if there is either. Um
Towards the end of the show, I will be putting a link up for you guys to. Um, that's who I am, bro. Recognize. All right. Okay. Um, anyway, I will be putting a link up for Pro Wrestling Scorecards. If you want to play along with us this weekend and join along and make your pick'ems, you can do that. It's completely free. And when you do sign up and join, you can join our faction, the ABJ podcast faction, and you can come hang out and we'll see how you do and who walks away the AEW champion this week. I think I'm driving.
Absolutely.
I think I'm driving to Jersey the day of AEW, so I won't be able to watch it the day of. I'm helping. I'm not even booked. I'm just helping a buddy who is who is booked, but he's having car problems. So I'm driving him to Jersey. So I'm gonna go and just hang out.
Nice. Greg says that's the thing with AEW, all talent green knights their own segment. Green lights. So
Maybe I don't know. We'll see. All right, next segment match. Whatever fucking happened here.
uh we had the Acclaim come out and do a promo before the one-on-one match between Anthony Bowens and Swerve Strickland. They did the rap video.
If WWE did this, they'd be crucified.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I love the Acclaim,
Um,
but these 20, 30 minute they feel like 20, 30 minute promo segments are just. Listen, the scissor me is cool, but like you can only make so many dick jokes in a 15-minute span before just like, all right, cool, kid, we get it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
You gotta space it out a little bit.
They had Swerve pick up the win against Anthony Bowens in this match.
As you should, because Swerve at one point in time is going to go become a solo star, so you have to give him single wins.
Yeah.
Bowens losing this as a tag team competitor doesn't do anything for his record.
Yeah. Because they're a tag team, so Hunter
said I muted the whole claim segment because I already listened to enough Jick jokes in the ABJ podcast Discord. That's what it says.
Yeah.
Dude, he just joins the voice chats on the absolute worst times. We're having conversations and I'm just like saying something, and then Hunter joins. I'm just like, and Hunter's just pure as snow. And he just comes in. I'm just like, I am so sorry you had to hear that, Hunter. Oh man. Also, if you want to come hang out, we're probably playing some board games tonight. If Hunter's down for it, we could play some Wheel of Fortune or something. So if you want, like I said, the Discord, 100 away, 19 away from 100. Come join. Anyway.
Absolutely. So there was a video package, Jade Cargill, Nyla Rose. Obviously, for that being, one of your picks for the TV matches, probably would guess we're not entirely excited for that one, are we?
I kind of want Nyla to win it, but she's not going to. I kind of want Nyla to win it, but I don't think she's going to.
I don't think she is either. Samoa Joe in a Tony Schiavone interview.
Came in a crate. I wouldn't have bought it.
Yeah. I was gonna say.
I like Joe, but listen. There's a lot of T-shirts I want to buy, and Joe's not super high on the list right now. But this is a cool shirt.
Yeah,
that's why Pro Wrestling Trade hooks you up. You get the crate, and then sometimes I throw some shirts in there that you're a fan of. But speaking of T-shirts, I just got a new one. I got my first ever Bullet Club shirt. Never owned a Bullet Club shirt before, but when your friend joins the Bullet Club, you gotta rock it. Like I legit know a member of the Bullet Club. I think that's dope.
That is, man. That is pretty dope.
Yeah. Good guy. Everyone go follow Ace Austin. Go buy his Bullet Club shirt. There's another one on AEWshop.com right now that's really, really cool. It's like has the glasses on it, like the heart glasses, and it's white. So he has two of them out. That's the one you buy personally from him, and then he has another one on AEW shop. On Pro Wrestling Tees and Impact Shop.
The Samoa Joe interview, yay, nay?
Didn't do it for me. I just think it's weird that you have two title defenders going. Like, did they ever announce it? Is this title for title? Is this one person walks out with two titles? They never said anything about it. Is it just for one title? Is it no titles? They just want to fight?
I'm assuming.
That's what I'm saying. We don't know. Like, that's what your promo should be. Like, hey, maybe this is for a title or not for a title, or who knows? It's just weird.
Yeah.
Once again, we only book for a handful of people, but we won 11 matches on the card. So let's just throw shit at a wall and see what sticks. Yeah. But we're going to use really talented people to do it.
The next segment we got here is Britt Baker backstage, talking about the Saraya thing.
You go on this one. You go first on this one. What do you think? Let's see if we're on the same page.
I think.
What do you think in the chat of Britt Baker's promo?
I think that it's Britt laying her bricks, marking her territory, if you will. Okay, that's what I think this is.
Why is Britt cutting babyface promos? Why? The whole build up to this has been a blood feud, and then right before the match, she cuts a babyface promo for your build up. I respect you, Paige. You've been in a business for a while, but I've been doing this and you haven't. I respect you, but you respect me. See you on Saturday. Like, what? we talking about here? I don't know. I don't get it. She's been a heel this whole time, and then right before the show, she this blow off, she cuts a giant babyface promo.
Well, and that's what I was going to say is that it just seems like a her marking her territory. Like again, are we foreshadowing? Are we foreshadowing what's going to happen this weekend?
I think it's going to turn into a best of 3. I think we're going to see them square up at least 3 times.
Yep.
Yeah. I think Saraya gets the first one though.
Yep.
It'd be weird to bring her in and have her be gone for 5 years and be like the keystone to the women's wrestling revolution, and then have her lose. But it is AEW, and stranger things have happened.
Yep. And we're gonna get into that, man.
Yeah, that's for another show.
Yep. Death Triangle against Top Flight to retain the AEW Trios Championship.
Cool. I'm really happy that what's name's back from his car accident and he's cleared to wrestle. Like, that's a dope moment. A lot of people were excited for what's his name. He's like a big indie star. I didn't know much about him. It was a solid match, but it just seemed like thrown together. Like, just like, hey, these guys are coming out. Like, I thought they would have at least done more, I guess, promoting, saying like he's back from injury. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they could have did so much with it, but it just kind of was just. It seems like every match on TV is just kind of like this guy versus this guy to see what happens, and then they get to a pay-per-view, and it's just like, yeah, AR Fox, thank you. But I don't know. It's just, and then like we didn't expect it to be they're gonna do a challenge. Like the way they did the promo after, it's like, if anybody wants to make their return, we know who you are. And it's like, yeah, so do we. And then they do the promo, and then like it's the Elite, and everyone's like, no shit. You know what I mean? Like, I think it would have been more impactful for them to walk out to the apron, like out to the thing, and be like, hey, we're here, and then walk back. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I was doing a TikTok live before I came in here, and there was a kid who jumped in. Guy, I think he's a kid. I don't know. Anyways, he jumped in and he asked, like what I thought of it, and to be honest with you, like it's stale to me. Like, and it's so predictable. Like, here's what it looks like to me. And anybody, and like I said, it's not popular to talk in defense of him because of all the stuff that's public, whatever. Like, you and I have both made our stance clear on this. I feel like Kenny and the Bucks pretty much held Tony Khan hostage and said, "Hey, we'll come back, and and we'll accept like this big circus that you put us through with CM Punk if you rehire Cole Cabana, which is cool. I have nothing against that. And we get our trios championships that we were supposed to win. As long as those things happen, we'll come back." And we'll pretend like everything is hunky dory. And
yeah, I think they had plans for the trio championship. I think as a company they had plans for the trio championship, and I think all those plans obviously went out the window when they had to strip them. So they kind of just put together trios matches until they were able to come back. And I think I don't want to put the cart before the horse, because I do think I think there's going to be a plan for the trios going forward after they do win them, because they are going to win them. And I would even say I think you're going to see another big crossover between Japan and AEW with trios.
Yeah, I just like for this match, like I mean, I think it's going to be a damn good match. I mean, it's Pac and Kenny. Pac and Kenny, whenever they get together, they have great matches. The Bucks and the Lucha Brothers have had some of the best matches in AEW, best matches of the year.
I am nervous on one thing, though. If you're returning Kenny and you haven't gotten your ring stuff worked out yet, and then you have to go away again for suspension, and then you come back and you're still like maybe banged up from everything going on, and you know what I mean, and your first major match back is the Lucha Bros and Pac, who are stiff as fuck. Yikes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine they're like, all right, we put the titles back on them, and then Kenny's like, hey, I fucked my shoulder up again. You know what I mean? Like, and then we're just like, right back to where, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, yeah. Japan does not have trios champions. Yeah, yes, I'm sorry. Yes, they do. Raz corrected me. They do. But I think we can see some stuff where maybe some of Kenny's past or some people from AEW that have been rumored can be coming and messing with them. I think we can get Aussie Express back. I think they have plans for the foreseeable future with the Elite as the champions, and I just think they kind of held off on a lot of them, because they didn't have the people they wanted. So why start something until we can get what we actually plan for?
Yeah.
Sorry, I keep yawning. I don't know why I'm
No,
yawning.
you're
I'm not even that tired. I think AEW sucked all the oxygen out of my brain.
well. I was gonna say I'm sorry. I keep coughing still. But I think I think my oldest son has COVID.
Oh, nailed
Um,
it. How many times is this for
yeah.
you?
How many times have I had COVID?
Yeah.
Once.
I think I'm like 3 or 4. I'm like a dirty
Yeah.
slut.
Well, I'm vaxxed. I'm vaxxed and double. Am I double boosted or triple boosted? I don't
I'm
know. I have
vaxxed
to
and
look.
double boosted, but I've gotten it 4
Yeah.
times. I've gotten every
Yeah.
variant just because wrestling fans are gross.
Heard that. I literally told my friend Josh. We do the I-70 hot tag and we go to a bunch of indie events around the area. And I'm not going to shy away from saying this. Some of them are really good, and some of them are absolute dog shit. And I've been to I've been to one where everybody came, everybody from all walks of life, old people, young people, all different races, religions came. Great time, packed the house. And then I've been to ones where there was a total of 4 families, and they look like they inbred with each other. And I mean, there's some places in Missouri that are like that, and that's fine. But I told Josh, I was like, well, if I didn't get it to the one where we packed the house at, I probably got it from. I most definitely got it from those mouth breathers,
Yeah.
those inbred mouth
Yeah.
breathers.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah. Dude, we went to Raw, and the kid next to Brian was just like coughing and like phlegmy coughing. And the whole time I kept looking, like he kept coughing, and Brian just kept going. Like, and I was like, yo, 2 free tickets and COVID, sweet deal.
Yeah.
We didn't get sick though, thankfully.
Yeah. Knock on wood.
Bro, I've been I
you
and
might,
I we've been
you might
self
have had it so many times.
we've been
You,
self test
you
we self test a lot, but yeah.
yeah. I was gonna say you might have had it so many times, brother. You might be immune to it by
Dude,
now.
I'm patient zero with this. And I traveled to like 3 different states for this. Bro, I might as well just start licking toilets.
um God, where are we?
And speaking of trios tag team, I got to touch and hold a trios tag team over the weekend.
Which one?
Dalton Castle's ROH 6-man tag.
Nice. I forgot you saw Dalton Castle and the boys.
Yeah. Yeah. Got to meet Dalton Castle, Serpentico, and Luigi Primo, a guy from your end of the
Yeah,
woods there. I know I'm kind of repeating
absolutely.
myself on new channel on Discord, ABJ Licks Toilets. Listen, there's a lot of possibilities that can happen in that Discord. I'm
Yeah.
not ruling anything out.
Hey, listen, you guys put a price tag on it. We'll add it to the Patreon, and ABJ will do it.
ABJ might make
Um,
an OnlyFans.
yeah, I ain't gay, but $20 is $20. I used to have a T-shirt that said that until I outgrew it.
Yeah. And it didn't really age well. All right, next segment.
Well, it did, except for the people. Like I said, never mind. It did, but not for the reason you think. I
Yeah.
had a lot of people that loved that shirt, except for the majority of people that live here in the state of Missouri, who all vote red. They didn't think it was that funny, but
Yo, did you
um,
hear that Trump we haven't had a war in the last decade thanks to Trump and his presidency? Did that none of that clicked? How long is a decade? How many years? 10.
We're not. Yeah, we're not.
10. How many years is a presidential term? Who's fucking senile? Anyway,
Oh
go
boy.
ahead. I'm in Pennsylvania. We're blue now, so I can say whatever I want.
Yep. mentally or physically.
Yeah, what a fucking goofball. Can we just make a deal as a country? Can we stop electing like 98-year-olds just in general? Just like, it's cool to have a younger guy every now and then. Try it out.
Yeah.
Austin Theory for president. We should put a money in the banks thing in our political system. Like one person can win money in the bank and they can cash it in on any time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We should do. That's what we should do. We should make a Discord channel where we have a tournament, and it ends up being at the end a money in the bank ladder match for the United States presidential spot.
I love that.
We can make a whole universe mode about it and make all kinds of like different politicians and world leaders. Have it come down to the Saudi prince, Joe Biden, Donald Trump.
The ghost of Jeffrey Epstein.
No, I wouldn't put the ghost of. I mean, I would say we would let that fly, but I mean, would we? I don't think we would. It would have to be people that are alive. Otherwise,
let's have integrity.
Otherwise, we could. Yeah. Otherwise, we could put. Otherwise, we could put some badass choices like Abraham Lincoln.
Oh my
and George
God!
Washington in
2024, can we make ABJ for president? Like, you know, the political shirts.
Yep.
Everyone loves a good ABJ. Or everyone loves ABJ for president.
I'll do you one better. We'll do ABJ CR Media 2024 shirts.
Love that. I love that. sorry, Mark.
I'll be your running mate.
All right, I love
it. Ethan Page defeated Bandito to advance to the title elimination. Yes, it was a damn good match. I think what I wanted to, the whole time I was watching this, man, I kept sitting here thinking to myself, I was like, I wonder what an MJF and oh my God,
that's pretty good too. Chasing ABJ for 2024. It's really good.
Yeah, we're gonna have to make those shirts next year. If we're still doing this, if you haven't blown up and become big time yet.
Oh well, did you hear who I'm friends with on Twitter now? No bullshit. His legit actual account, 14 million followers. The Rock. Or no, I'm sorry. John Cena is now following me on Twitter.
That is badass.
I don't know why or how. I'm sure it's a complete bot that runs his account and he just finds wrestling things. But yeah.
Now do you think it's John Cena, or did you get swerved like the NFL did by Adam Schefter?
That's what I initially thought. Hold on. But when I did, what am I doing on my computer for? I was doing my phone. But when I pulled it up, I was like, no, this is legit. This is legit John Cena.
That's badass. Yeah, because you heard about the league getting shiesty by an Adam Schefter.
So this is, it literally says account. Like 14 million followers.
That's
John Cena.
That is wild, my friend.
And it says, and then up there it says, follows you. Can't see me, baby. I pitched a bit on the internet saying that, like, or to my friends, I think in the Discord I pitched it, where I was just like, yo, now that I'm officially friends with John Cena, I'm gonna like promote that I'm gonna interview him on the podcast and just interview like an empty chair and just be like, yeah, you're a huge ABJ, and just talk to myself for 45 minutes.
My favorite highlight of your career was when
what do you think the most pivotal moment of your life is, John Cena? Are you serious? Meeting me? That is crazy. You know, just like
Mix got a question for us.
I couldn't even tell you what was on that card. I don't remember stuff after it happened. Like,
Double or Nothing. Double or
no
Nothing
idea.
2019. I think.
No idea.
I think it has to be Jericho, Jericho and Kenny Omega.
Okay. If I seen the rest of the card, I might be able to pick it. But like, I'm not good where I can just like, oh, I could tell you the whole card, who was on it, and stuff like that. If you tell me, like, what was your favorite match? Like, what favorite match? I could tell you a match, but I couldn't tell you what pay per view and stuff and on. But yeah, I just put so much information in my brain. I can't. Not everything sticks. And when I watch wrestling, I can't memorize everything for wrestling like everybody else does. I just have too many hobbies.
Yeah.
And I consume so much wrestling.
See, now he's got me
Channelizing Tony, what's up, my guy?
Stopping by to show some love. Appreciate it, Tony. Appreciate it. All right.
Who's on that card?
Let's see. Who was on that card?
Yeah. I hate
it was Jericho.
Drops, but oh my god, they make my throat feel amazing.
That's what she said.
Thank you.
Anyways, Double or Nothing 2019 was Kenny Omega and Jericho. That's when that's when Mox debuted. So yes, that would be my this guy. He would.
I can't even read that. I'm gonna have a stroke trying to fucking separate that in my brain.
What are you copy and hit? Raz, if you're going to be my Google guy, man, I'm going to need you to structure it a little bit better than that, dude.
I know, like I'm literally having an aneurysm right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm giving.
Yeah, that was a damn good card. That was Cody and Dustin in that crazy.
Oh, that match is the match of the card.
You think so?
Yeah. The Blood Brothers match. Yeah, that's the match of the card.
Over the Bucks and the Lucha Brothers, the first one.
Yeah, because we've seen it 350 times.
Over Jericho and Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyways, back to current events.
Yeah. I'm doing this on purpose, by the way, because I keep looking at our time, and we only have like 2 more things to talk about. We're only at 43 minutes, so.
Is it really only 2 things?
I think so, like 2 or 3 things.
Yeah. Well, that's
I have a mental structure in my head. I got you. You know, real quick side note for like pulling back the curtain. So we have like a chat where we're talking about bad booking, Sunday nights. Come check it out. Where we talk all things wrestling and all that fun stuff. And in my brain for doing this content for 5 years, and always being in the driver's seat and kind of, I never really let people in on my thought process of how the show's going to flow. I just take control and do it. And now that I'm kind of like collaborating with other people that I physically can't be in the room with, like working with Tony, working with Graves, working with you and Mark, it's really fun to like give input on how the show should flow. And I don't know, I'm having a really good time with it. It's like something completely out of my comfort zone, but it's fun. It's fun setting up the show. In like last show, we went like 14 and a half hours, I think it ended up being. Like how could we tighten that up and like figuring out our flow and developing? I don't know. It's fun. It's fun figuring out that puzzle.
Well, getting everybody in at the same time.
Yes,
and then also eliminating the extra person that we had.
Raz did a fantastic job. He came in.
Raz did a better. Yeah, Raz did a better job than Mark did. So.
Yeah, Mark. Oh boy, sorry. No, another. So I was telling Raz in Discord, like I almost got hot. Like I almost quit the show. So here's why. Here's where my brain was. Now I have to tell you right now. As of the last couple months, I'm not in a good mental spot. Like I'm on the edge of just like being a scumbag person again, and I don't want to do it. But anyway, so I get the link sent to me, and I said, guys, I am literally leaving the venue right now. It was a crazy venue. We had like a team meeting afterwards. It was really emotional. A lot of big things happened. Like it was the culmination of our season, and we were really proud of it. So we had like a little after talk afterwards. So I'm jetting home, and I got to drive like 30 minutes one direction, another 30 minutes another direction, and then 45 home for me. So I'm flying, and I just drop off Brian, and I'm in the car, and I pull up the chat, and I'm in the waiting room, and I'm like, maybe they'll let me in. I'll just talk a little bit in the car ride and then join in when I get home. Didn't get invited in. I was like, all right, okay. And then I see in the chat, like, yo, dude, we agreed in 11. Like, you should probably be here at that time, Mark. And I was like, yo, he's legit hot at me. And then, like, the whole time you're in the chat, you're like,
I was so
I was like, they're hot. Like, they're pissed. I was like, I told them that this might happen. So I get in, and I didn't know that my camera wasn't working. So on my end, what I'm seeing right now, where I'm moving and everything, is how I see it on my end. So I join, and he immediately goes, "Must be nice to just come whenever you want." Like, we said 11 on the show, and I was like, "Yo, my guy," and I like defended myself, and then no one said anything because you didn't hear me, but I didn't know that. So I'm just like, "Yo, so what do you think of this?" And no sold. And I was like, they're fucking ignoring me on the show. Like, I'm getting hot. And then you go like, Blackwell, I have no idea what you're saying because your mic and your camera's not working. And I was like, oh, I was like, yo, I was about to X out and quit. And I was just like, because I didn't know my shit wasn't working. And then I came in and then found out that he was fucking with me because he was late to the show. And I was like, oh my God. But yo, the whole time my brain was spinning. You muted your mic.
I told him after everybody left, I was like, because he told me, he's like, hey man, I'm sorry about being late and whatnot. I was like, dude, it's no worry, man. And I was like, I should have known. I should have known that if I'd have put 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that your big Oompa Loompa ass wouldn't have been able to fucking read it and understand it. So
He thought it
I
was
knew
essential.
better.
Yeah. You love him. God love him. He's a good guy. But yo, I was like messed up. But all right, our next segment. Bad booking Sunday.
Yes, absolutely. That booking will not be 3.5 hours. It will start at we got to come up with a regular time slot. Are we doing 10 o'clock? That's a little
Yeah.
rough to do every Sunday night.
It's
11
10.
o'clock.
10's fine.
Okay, so that would be 9 o'clock for me and Mark. 10 o'clock for you. Okay, instead of 11 o'clock. All right, cool. All right, that gives you some time to put the wife to bed and then come hang out. Yep, there you go. We got an AEW Interim Women's Championship match. Toni Storm against Anna Jay in a title eliminator match. Why put the title on the line? It just didn't make any sense.
You know you're not losing it. Don't even put it on the line.
Yeah.
Here's a question: Does this title change at the pay-per-view?
No.
I don't think so either. I don't think someone loses their interim title, and then we have a new interim title while we're waiting for the actual champion. I mean, they might do it just to get Hater, and if the backstage politics are what they say they are, and they want Hater because Hater and Thunder have some heat, maybe that happens. But I don't know. I just think it makes sense to have your interim champion lose. I think it's weird to have an interim wrestling champion anyway. But it is what it is.
Yeah. Technically, and Raz is right. Technically, it wasn't a title on the line.
Oh, it wasn't.
It was. Yeah. The stipulation was is if Anna Jay won, she would get to face the champion after Full Gear. But
Okay.
either way, it was still. So here's my prediction for Full Gear, and since we're good on time, that's what we'll probably do is we'll probably go down some predictions of Full Gear. I think that
I think we should do I think we should throw our predictions at bad booking, so we have Mark an opportunity to say his predictions, and we don't do it twice.
well, Full Gear is Saturday, my guy.
Oh, and we're Sunday. Good call.
Yep.
Never mind.
Yep.
Do you? Good call. Yep.
So
that happened.
I was just gonna say I wouldn't be shocked if Britt somehow accidentally cost Jamie the title. and then Jamie costs Britt the match against Paige, and then we get Britt and Paige, or I mean Britt and Jamie instead of a best of 3 series with Paige and Britt.
Possible, but I think they keep Britt away from the title for a little bit. And if they
Yeah,
do that, they better start writing a title like a person. Like honestly, I think Hayter is the best bet to win your championship because if Hayter's part of that inner circle who's getting the good booking, at least we'll get good booking for whoever owns the title. Because right now, Tony Storm's booking is just like null and void. They don't even care she has it.
yeah. Um, I'll tell you what though, I really dug Jamie Hayter and Tony Storm's face off afterwards.
Hmm.
It kind of got me a little excited for that match. Um, I did notice that when Britt was walking out, Jamie storms to the ring, and it's supposed to be like, "Hey, spotlight on Jamie," but Britt's back there doing poses and stuff, trying to get the Jeff Hardy treatment from Jamie Hayter. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, like obviously, I think she did that on purpose, but you know, there's too much of this. It's like every single time Moxley fought somebody, MJF was lurking. They had to showcase MJF. And to me, like that just leaves a bad taste in my mouth because it's like, okay, what about XYZ guy? Him
That's
and
why I'm
John Moxley are
saying.
having a match right now.
That's why I'm saying if
You know,
MJF wins this title, I'll get into this after we get to the MJF segment, but I'll table that because I feel like that's the same thing I'm going to talk about when we get to the men's title. Like some people have to take back seats and let new people step up, and I think after this pay per view, you have a really good opportunity to do that.
yeah, absolutely. So then we get the John Moxley and MJF face off. Um,
Seem predictable. It's kind of like I'm not saying they were bad promos, but it's what we expect. You make really funny faces when you cough. Like you're like your
I
eye,
know.
your
Yeah.
eyes really bug. You're like I'm
Oh,
waiting for them to
I'm
pop
trying to
out.
get this. I've got this junk like right here, man, and
Bro,
I'm
I'm
trying to get
telling
it
you,
up.
buy these. You put it in your mouth, and it literally tastes like you put a jar of Vicks in your mouth, and your whole like literally it pushes it all out.
A
You're
jar of
out of
what?
there. Yeah, a Vicks. It has like that really menthol. I hate the taste of it, but it cleans you out. I'll tell you, bad booking, Mandy Rose champion, Mick. That's bad booking on your take. Mandy Rose is doing great as the NXT World Champion.
But here's here and Mick, what I want you to do is I want you to listen to this, bud, and I want you to come check out Sunday's show because I want to talk about this on Sunday's show. I don't think Mandy Rose as champion is a bad booking. What I think is a bad booking is having her fight the same person like 5, 6 times, and you've had big blow off match after big blow off match after big blow off match after big blow off match, and
Sunday,
we're still
10 o'clock Eastern. Bad booking with
yeah.
Mark Chase and Anthony. See you there, Mick Thompson.
Absolutely, we will talk about that because that I will agree, Mick, that her continuing to be champion after she's fought Alba Fire 17 times, and the last 5 matches have been graveyard matches, last man standing matches, hardcore matches, blah 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 blah, blah all that shit.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Moxley's out. He's talking about the match. He's trying to hype it up. We get Stokely Hathaway in the firm. Now, I posed the question last week and posted it on TikTok and posted it on other forms of social media, asking if you think that MJF and the firm could be swerving us because, and I still feel this way.
I wouldn't
You
rule it out with AEW's booking.
Yeah, and so this is how I feel about it. Um, you've got a guy who's probably one of the best on the microphone in the past 20 years in MJF, and has done a phenomenal job inside and outside of the ring playing his Maxwell Jacob Freeman character.
Hmm.
Um, and then now we're trying to push him as a baby face of sort, and he's doing a terrible job at it. And it's weird to me because it's like I don't know if you can convince me that MJF is just that bad that he Like he's not doing, that he was just not meant to play a babyface. I think he can. I think we've seen it before.
Mhm.
But this just seems fake.
Yeah.
It seems like he's overdoing the good guy thing.
Mhm.
And I don't know, man. Whether it's the firm, maybe it's not the firm.
Here's
Maybe
one
it,
reason why I don't think the firm is involved. I think MJF is his run as champion is going to go through the firm. I think he's going to challenge um, um, Ethan Page. I think then he'll go on to take on William Morrissey. I think the firm is going to be his next competitors for the title because they're all guys that need championship opportunities. They're all guys who need TV time. They're all guys who weren't pushed, and they're all guys that Moxley he can beat, pat his record, pat his run as champion, but it's not the same four guys always going for the title every time.
yeah, absolutely. Um, and that's what's crazy to me is, so is MJF going to beat John Moxley straight up
I
on
think so.
Saturday?
I think so.
And if that's the case, if he's going to beat Moxley straight up, is there any possibility that William Regal turns on Moxley?
That I think is a higher possibility than the firm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I assume that the next way to go from this is obviously MJF has to stay the good guy because he's going to face off against the firm. He's going to face off against Ethan Page. I think that's why they're finally building up Ethan Page, is to make him the first heel in MJF's babyface title run. It's just like I said, I
Which I think is a
just
great like matchup. I think him and Ethan Page are gonna be great
absolutely,
together.
absolutely. Um, so for MJF to play kind of like the anti-hero role, I don't think I don't
I mean,
think
he's still
William
going out
Regal
there and
will.
low blowing people. He's still going out there and like being
Yeah,
dirty. He can still be
yeah,
dirty and be a babyface, like we said before. He's Roddy Piper. He's gonna be Roddy Piper. He's gonna
yeah.
still do
He
everything that we love about MJF, but he's gonna be doing it to the good guys and the bad guys. Because
yes,
regardless if he's babyface or heel, you're still going to cheer him.
yes. Now, um, what I can see happening is after the match, the firm attacks Moxley again and puts him out of commission so he can go on a uh so he could go on vacation, and then Regal pairing up with MJF in Mox's absence.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I think that like and when like I said, Mox can go away for a while. Kenny and the Bucks can they can go and do their thing with the trios title. If Thunder Rosa is doing her thing or she's still injured, she can step away. Britt Baker is now away because she's doing a feud with um Saraya. Um, ROH is going to start picking up in late December, early next year when it comes to so that some of your roster can then move over there and do their thing. I think AEW has an opportunity closing out 2022 to really start focusing on new stars for 2023. Also, links are in the chat. We're gonna just kind of close up the show here now, but get in the thing now. Join. Once again, the rule is you have to have a camera on. So if you can't just join in here like a crazy person and say something stupid, and then and we don't like, you have to have a camera. And come join us. Give us your takes. The last couple shows, man, no one joined. So let's just change that perception. Come in and join, and come hang out with us. If not, we will close it out and we'll go from there. But yeah, so while we're having some people join, um, let's run down some predictions.
Real quick, before we get into that, because I wanted to just kind of bring this up to you.
Yeah.
Um, did you notice MJF's sly? Um, did you notice MJF's sly advances towards CM Punk?
Mm-hmm.
John, while you lay there in
Oh
hopefully
yeah,
the most pain, and
yeah. You
and
know what?
then
Yeah, and then he sat in the
and then
corner.
he yeah, and then he mentioned the devil stuff again. Very interesting. So
Yeah.
um,
I think if CM Punk does have any hope to stay in the company, I think the one guy who will petition for that to happen is going to be MJF because he never got that story.
yeah.
He put a lot of work into that storyline for it to disappear.
So
And the CM Punk
we've got
smart
three.
and the
We've got
elite
three
smart.
people. We've got
Nice.
3 people waiting.
All right. And if the elite smart, and CM Punk is smart, they would put their differences aside and they'd make money off this angle. You want to bring our first person in?
Absolutely. So by order of entry here, Alex was our first one in.
Your microphone better work or we're booting you right away. You have that. Get then that. It better work or you're fired. All right, go ahead.
What are we talking about? Dynamite? Oh, I thought it was amazing.
I was gonna say, what do you mean? What are we talking about? New rule: if you come in, be prepared. Tell us what you thought of the show. Have a question. Have a thought.
I thought it was great. It was awesome. I thought everything was good except for the Tony Storm lame.
The what?
The Tony Storm match.
You don't like the match at all?
No.
Okay.
Really wasn't.
What match are you most excited for the pay-per-view?
MJF versus Moxley.
Okay. Awesome. Who's your pick to win it?
I mean, I'm from Long Island.
You're such a mark for
MJF. Of course I
am. Mark, what do you got to ask this guy with his dollar store microphone?
It's not his microphone. It's his iPhone. I bet
he did.
And
he supposedly turned off.
And
the
it's
noise
not his.
cancellation.
It's not his fault. It's Restream's fault. Restream sucks.
He bought a terrible phone.
You took too long, man. You took too long, and now we lost somebody. Axel.
Who'd we lose?
Well, get me out. I liked it.
I know. I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with you.
Whoever left.
He's jumping in. He's jumping back in. Alex, you've got a match coming up soon, don't you? I thought you had a match coming up soon.
No, that's been indefinitely stopped.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, me, Alex, and the woke media have been on a tear. So
Yeah.
Everything. So what we're doing is me and Alex's plan is we've been listening to people talk about other people and then exposing them, but we're the woke ones who are ruining people's lives. So that's kind of our thing. Yeah. Yeah. Anything.
You guys will have to tell me more about that later. Other than that, man, I don't have anything.
Yeah. All right, Alex. Well, thank you. We'll see you in the Discord, brother.
All right, brother.
Absolutely,
Bye.
sir.
All right. Next up.
All right.
Oh!
Hello, my friends.
Oh boy, now I'm hard.
Of course you are. It's all because of the beard.
That's what it is. And those lip rings.
Yeah.
I bet they feel great.
How are we, my friends?
I'm great. How are you been, brother?
I'm alive. So
I've been absolutely bonding with this guy here, Chase. We have been up. I purposely go to bed early to wake up early so our time zone differences work out so I can chat with this guy and have some one-on-one time. And
we're almost at the point we're going to get married.
I think so. I think we're
son of a bitch.
I think between my wife and his wife and me and him, I think it's gonna be like a 4-way relationship. Except he has kids. I'm not a kid person, so they're gonna have to live in a different house. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they'll love you. ABJ, they'll love you. That's the thing.
I'm sure. Listen, I will love your kids too, but I like the freedom of no kids. I like going to Walmart at 3 a.m. or walking around my house with no clothes on.
Yeah, there's a huge difference. There's a huge difference between like and love. I love my kids. Now, whether I like them little sons of bitches is a completely different
exactly.
scenario.
Real quick, too, I don't know if you guys see this, but on our side, so there's a little achievements that you can unlock from Restream. So we just hit the 100th message in as combined for our live stream. So thank you guys so much. Let's try to hit that goal every stream. Let's try to get that 100. Let's see if we can get 200. I don't even know if that's a thing. Do we get an achievement for 200? Let's find out. Keep that chat moving. Let's stay engaged. Yeah, I love that.
Absolutely.
I wish they showed the stream that, like, you guys hit 100 messages right now. Like, that would be dope. That should be something that's shared to the people. Fuckers.
So,
yeah. So, what do you think of the show?
As I said in the chat, Alex and I actually had a good theory on what's going to happen at the pay-per-view.
What's your theory?
So they announced the Elite, but what if it's House of Black?
I don't think they would announce the returning Elite to just not have them.
But what if it is?
I think that'd be silly.
It'd be a massive fucking swerve, though.
It would piss people off.
It would. It would, but what
Imagine you buy a ticket, you're like, the leader back, and then you're like, it's House of Black. You're like, fuck you. You know what it would be like? It'd be like if you teased AJ Styles versus Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins on Monday Night Raw, and then closed this show with a no contest match and a failed cash-in. That would be like, except on a pay-per-view level. Could you imagine paying like $200, $300 for front row tickets, and that's that's your big surprise, is your main event is a fucking joke match?
Yeah, fuck that.
That would not be smart. I would not swerve people and say, "Oh, just joking. It's not the Elite. It's the House of Black." That would make people very angry.
And also, Chase,
You're good, Scott. What's up?
Yes, I did hear MJF quoting Punk.
Yeah.
At the end of the show.
So here's what I would piggyback off of what you said, Scott. And if, obviously get Death Triangle and the Elite, and then afterwards, whoever wins gets to the lights go out and they come face to face with.
I think House of Black is the next up. But the problem is too is if House of Black is the next up, House of Black come back and lose again.
Yeah.
What I would do, just me, I would have a deal where maybe at the pay-per-view or something, or on TV after the pay-per-view next Wednesday, Dalton Castle and the boys go out there and they put a match on, and the lights go out, and House of Black challenges. I would have House of Black go for the ROH Trio Championships. And then you have the brand new ROH company starting off with another heavy hitting team that people always wanted to support, but they just fell behind the shuffle.
Yep.
Yeah. Because I think House of Black challenging the Elite, and the Elite's not going to give them up anytime soon. I just think that diminishes.
No, that's fair.
House of Black again.
I understand that.
Yeah. So, what match are you looking forward to the most on the pay-per-view?
MJF, Moxley.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Are you in the same boat there? Are you interested in MJF Moxley? Chase?
He was talking to you there, Chase.
Oh, I was like, I am, but I wouldn't say that that's probably the match. I don't know what. I think I'm more excited for Saraya against Britt.
That's where I'm at. That's the match I'm looking forward to more, because I haven't seen it yet.
I think all matches are going to be pretty fucking good, no matter what. Because
AEW does a decent job putting on pay-per-views.
Yeah, pay-per-view wise, they always put on fucking fantastic matches. It's just when it comes down to the storylines, they're not very good at building them. So,
do we still have somebody backstage, by the way?
We do. I was just getting ready to say that.
Yeah, we'll let Rash finish his thought here.
But storyline wise, AEW really sucks at building up the stories. I mean, we've seen it over the past 3 years where they just throw a match together and then a week later it's like, oh, done.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with
Yep.
I'm with Steven Chambers here too. Storm and I think the two women's matches have the most compelling to see because they can go either way with who wins them. I think
Yeah.
everything else is kind of locked in, and you're like, oh, I can kind of see that this is going to be matches
Do I
that
think that
are going to go just go the way we expect it to.
I don't think that the Mox MJF match is going to be match of the show, but it's probably the one I'm most intrigued in at the moment.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
All right, well,
All right.
let's get our last guest in here tonight. We love you, buddy. See you, Scott.
Take it easy, my guys. I'll see you in the Discord.
Adios, muchachos.
Look at that, 3 people tonight.
Oh,
Who's
I
the
almost
third
had
one?
a moment.
Hunter Dillon in the dark. What's
Hang
going
on.
on? Did you get a new light?
That was my fault.
Hang on.
He was changing shirts, and then
Yeah.
I brought him.
I
in.
had a double layer on, and the bottom layer was getting itchy, so I had to ditch it. But I got my sweater. Yes, I got a new ring light.
Look at you.
I look better. I look brighter. How are you? And I apologize for the almost for the near.
You almost nip slipped us.
Yes, and I apologize.
My guy. What did you think of Dynamite tonight, bud?
Dynamite was fantastic. Well, yeah, it was mostly fantastic. There were some parts I didn't like, but that's neither here nor there. They were minor. The show as a whole was great.
Absolutely.
Jesus.
So, Hunter, what match are you most excited for this weekend?
I think I'm with Raz on this one. It's got to be the MJF versus Mox match. I'm very interested to see how this is going to go, especially with MJF essentially maybe turning babyface. I'm not sure. It may be all a ruse, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect, like I said, the babyface. I think Britt Baker broke more into a babyface tonight than MJF really has. I think, like I said, I just think he's going to stick to what he's been doing, but just doing it now to also bad guys, you know?
Yeah,
pretty much. Kind of like that. Kind of like what you meant. I don't know if you mentioned this. You probably did. Kind of like Stone Cold Steve Austin back in the day.
Stone Cold, The Rock did that, where he was The Rock to everybody, you know?
Yep. Absolutely.
If you had to pick another match of the show, what are you looking forward to?
I'm probably looking forward to the women's match. I think the women's title match. If I'm not
Storm
mistaken.
versus Hayter.
Storm versus Hayter. Yeah.
Nice.
I had to make sure because I thought I knew the card, but obviously I forgot all about it.
That's all right.
Been having a busy week.
Yeah, you've been killing it, man. What you made me in the video game. How about let's talk about that?
Yes, I did. And,
how many downloads is that up to? Is it top download yet? Is it like
I didn't even check. I didn't even check because I was so busy doing other things.
It only got one download.
Now wait a second, Hunter. You got Josh, the real Josh Elliott, on the game. You got ABJ.
Yeah.
You haven't made a CR Media?
Well, there's a reason why. There's already one out. You already made one.
Oh yeah. I did update that to a more realistic version.
You Mark,
I
have to.
Although, if you want to, you can download Josh and make the I-70 hot tag a complete tag team and just dominate the tag team division.
I'm gonna take his on a handicap match.
Oh, you wouldn't want to do that.
Oh boy! Now what did I start?
That'd be two big meaty men slapping little meat.
Listen, I'm gonna kick you right in your little meat.
Hunter, just when Hunter thought he got away from all the dick jokes.
Yeah.
So Hunter, what was your favorite part of the show tonight?
It's got to be a tough one. It's a tough one, but I would probably have to say the showdown between MJF and Mox toward the end of the show.
Yeah, that's the hot thing people are into.
Yep.
I mean, I know that the promos were, predictable and whatnot, but it was still pretty darn intense considering.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Considering the ramifications.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right.
Um,
You have any more questions for Hunter? Or do you want to start wrapping this up here?
where I'm good to go, sir.
All right. Well, Hunter, thank you for hanging out with us, brother. We love you, and we'll see you in the
Yes.
Discord soon.
I'll be in the Discord for a little bit. I gotta go stream, and then I'll come back and do some game shows with y'all.
Love it.
You know what I do.
Yeah, you're the man. If anybody else wants to get in, we'll give you a couple moments to come in and hang out. Once again, if you haven't already, the Stream Elements just put up our Discord. Click on that, join us. We'll be hanging out there tonight after the show, and you can come join and hang out. Raz just put my Stream Elements my link tree up there. You can do that as well. It is the second one in there. Also, CR Media's Discord is available to go join. It's not as cool as ours, but we're working on it. You know.
Yep. Yeah, definitely not.
And before, real quick before I get out of here too. Oh, that's not what I wanted to post. We'll remind everybody who had our messages. But what I wanted to post is that's the score pro wrestling scorecards. It's also in my link tree. It's the pro wrestling scorecards that join me and make your predictions so you can play along with us for this pay-per-view. They usually do a lot of different pay-per-views. I tend to forget sometimes, so I need somebody to like remind me, like, hey Tony, finish your scorecard, because I suck at it and doing it. But it's completely free. It's a lot of fun, and it keeps track of how many wins and stuff you have. And I'm telling you, you'll have a blast doing it. It makes your pay-per-view a lot more fun, especially if you're in the Discord or the chat and you're talking amongst each other. You're like, yo, I need this to happen to win the card. It's really, really, really fun. So come check it out. And yeah, for me, Anthony Blackwell Jr. on all social media. Chase, what do you got?
SCR Media 1988 on all social medias, guys. Do you want to do a rapid fire?
Yeah. You want to do a quick draft? A no prep draft.
No, I'm good. we're gonna do some score, or we're gonna do some predictions for Saturday.
Right. I just say let's do a five roster draft of AEW, but never mind. You get AEW, I get ROH.
Or do a draft of the stupid gimmicks, but don't allow them to. But don't allow world champions. They've got to be stupid gimmicks that nobody knows.
You said the best stupid gimmicks.
I didn't say that. I wasn't the one that made the draft. I was taking a shot at Mark.
Yeah.
Because Mark got super butthurt when we started naming world champions.
Well, we picked legit gimmicks. He picked gimmicks that you could have gotten from free agency.
What he wanted was he wanted us to pick guys like, the Repo Man, the Gobbledygooker, and fucking Isaac Income DDS. And then he wanted to come out looking like a shining star going Chris Jericho.
Yeah,
and then when you picked Jericho and picked Kurt Angle, he was like, this is stupid. This isn't fair. I don't like this.
And then I gave you Mick Foley and you didn't take it, but I took Dude Love. Yeah. Listen, man, I'm good. I don't know what to tell you. I'm the most talented guy on this YouTube side of things.
So Wardlow, Samoa Joe, Powerhouse for the AEW TNT Championship.
So it is for the TNT Championship.
Yep.
Well, it's going to be Wardlow retaining because I don't think Joe's getting 2 belts, and I don't think Hobbs is getting it. Realistically, I'd probably put on Hobbs. I'd have Hobbs beat. So here's where Hobbs is essentially the fall guy, but he can also be the guy who wins and protects somebody else. But Hobbs is there to be the fall guy because Joe's not taking a loss, and neither is Wardlow. So Wardlow retains.
Yep. Death Triangle versus the Elite.
The Elite all day, every day.
Agreed. 2-0 right now. I mean, like, we're both agreement on the first two. Luchasaurus versus Jungle Boy.
Neither. I can care less. Oh no, Jungle Boy wins.
Yep, Jungle Boy wins again. Couldn't care less. Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal versus Sting and Darby.
Everything in my heart and soul wants to say Sting and Darby wins this because Sting and Darby beat everybody. But it's Jeff Jarrett. Sting and Darby.
I'm right there with you. I'm like, I want to say Jeff Jarrett because Jeff Jarrett is in a managerial position now at AEW. And He's coming in, and I'd love to see Jay Lethal get a win here, but I just, it's like with the Philadelphia Eagles, man. Until the Philadelphia Eagles, prior to this week, I always said until the Philadelphia Eagles lost, I couldn't pick against them. So I'm going Sting and Darby until they lose. Britt versus Saraya.
Saraya.
Agreed. Gosh, this is kind of boring. Jade Cargill versus Nyla Rose.
Jade Cargill.
Agreed. Chris Jericho against Bryan Danielson, Claudio, and Sammy Guevara.
Chris Jericho.
I'm going to say Bryan Danielson. Say Bryan Danielson.
Okay.
Just to be different. Tony Storm and Jamie Hayter.
Tony Storm.
Tony Storm as well. Ethan Page versus
the winner of whoever wrestles at Rampage, right?
It's Ricky Starks and Lance Archer. So it's got to be Ricky Starks or Lance Archer against Ethan Page.
It's going to be a really, really hurt Ricky Starks versus Ethan Page. Ethan Page wins.
And then the Acclaimed against Swerve and Our Glory.
Acclaimed.
I think Swerve and Our Glory either turns on each other on Sunday, or they wait to do it to Dynamite afterwards.
Yeah, I think after the match, I think Swerve does something heelish and Keith Lee stops him.
Yep. And then the last match, John Moxley versus MJF.
MJF for the title.
Yep. Agreed. That's gonna do it, my friend.
That
does it for our Full Gear predictions and our breakdown of the show tonight. We also had 3 guests on. So yeah, I don't hate it. Boom, out of the park.
There it goes.
Out of the park. And Mick had some good predictions too, man. He says Jared and Jay Lethal, Nyla Rose, Tony Storm, and MJF. So
Mick knows his stuff. Take care, my friends. We'll see. Don't leave just yet. Relax, Reyes.
Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah.
Let's talk about Sundays real quick and let people know what we're doing on Sundays.
Absolutely. So, on this show, you'll see that ABJ and myself, we have talked about AEW Dynamite. And Mark and I used to sit on the show and talk about Dynamite. But on Sundays, at 11 p.m. 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is our usual time slot.
What
10 p.m.
What if a pay-per-view happens on a Sunday?
Then we would still do it right after we'll do it right after the pay-per-view.
Okay, so like a post pay-per-view show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And we can kind of start off with talking about the pay-per-view and then kind of trickle into whatever else is kind of going on.
I'm actually kicking around the idea of doing a post Raw and a post possibly a post Raw, a post NXT, and maybe a post SmackDown Rampage, like a post show. I'm kicking the idea around. I'm not sure yet, but I'm still trying to figure out if that's what I want to do.
Okay. Well, let me know, and I'll be more than happy to help on a couple of those. Obviously,
I think it'll be a thing where I'm going to do it, and then whoever's available, I'll just be like, hey, whoever wants to join the post show tonight, the door's open, and I bring a couple guests on. And then it gives people opportunities to jump in and talk that maybe don't have opportunities to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not going to be a guaranteed thing, but it's something because I record podcasts on Monday or Tuesdays. I'm trying to lean more towards Tuesdays where I record the ABJ podcast. But so that's something to maybe look forward to very soon on my channel is more post shows.
Absolutely. But Sunday is not a post show. Sunday is kind of like a recap of everything going on in the wrestling business, not just one specific show, not one specific brand, everything all in one. So definitely come check that out. Sunday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you are interested. We'll be doing it live just how we're doing it right now. And it's me, Mark, and ABJ talking about all of what is going on in the pro wrestling landscape. So lots of fun. Mark likes to get feisty sometimes, and
It's a great.
I don't know if
He's really good.
yeah.
Omega
I,
Mark 37 has joined the chat.
um, he put LOL right when I started talking about Mark. What do you want? Hey, what do you want to bet it's Mark?
It's Mark. It's a burner account for Mark.
Yeah.
I'm
Mark's
gonna
got a
creep
lot
it.
of those.
They have 5 subscribers.
If one of them is Mark, can you see their subscribers on YouTube?
No. Oh, I know who it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yes, Scott is right. That seems to be like the really because it's really ridiculous every single time
Actually,
Mark
I'm
posts.
glad they did that
TikTok.
because now I can ban them. That's dope. Thank you for that. Idiot.
Oh.
Fucking dummy. Fucking dummy. Why would you make a stupid name account and join in here to be a troll? Like, that's so ridiculous. Like, dude, you block me on everything else. Just do yourself the favor and block me everywhere. You're a fucking idiot. When you change your name and your picture, sometimes it doesn't always carry over really quick. So when you go to your channel, you can still see all your information.
Some people are like that.
Anyway.
Some people are like that, buddy. Anyways, what a sick bastard.
So the internet's hard for people, you know?
So, anyways, Raz made a point, Mark versus Chase rants equal ratings. And I will agree because I find it really fucking ridiculous that Mark posts a couple of clips of me and him yelling at each other, and they get way more views than any of my videos have done. And it's always like, man, like I don't want to be like that guy that gets a lot of views or followers from yelling and screaming at people. That I feel like that gimmick is already taken by some asshole up in the East Coast. But
Yeah.
you know, I mean, I guess if it works, it works. Whatever. Anyways. So yes, come join us on Sunday as Mark, ABJ, and myself talk about the landscape of professional wrestling. Bad booking, you'll find it the same places you find this show on ABJ's YouTube, on my Twitch. I think Mark even goes live on TikTok. Maybe I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, come hang out with us and listen to us. Kind of just give our opinions. Just kind of giving our insight on things going on and talking about it, and kind of getting an opportunity to kind of get your guys' opinions on it as well as we break it down. So, AJ, you got anything before we close out, sir?
I got nothing, man.
All right. Well, guys, I will not be on the.
Just made my night.
I will not be on the I-70 hot tag tomorrow night with my friend Josh. Tomorrow is my 10-year wedding anniversary, and
Congratulations.
Thank you. So Josh and one of our friends of the podcast, Brian J. Bebe, will be interviewing Derek Neal, the Kings Road Slayer, Derek Neal. He beat Gary J for the Gateway Heritage Championship in less than 2 minutes a couple months ago. After he won the Dingo Invitational tournament at St. Louis Anarchy. And then they are going to have a rematch this Saturday for that. So Derek Neal's going to come on and talk about that, plus a bunch of his other stuff he's got going on. So definitely come check that out. I will be 4 inches deep in my wife, and Josh will be asking a bunch of fun questions. So, like I said, check that out. Make sure, if you guys haven't already, make sure you follow all the social medias on the link tree of myself and ABJ. Again, this has been the AEW Dynamite Post Show. As always, guys, have a good night.
See you later.